We should have tested this real quick. Oh, okay. The game is visible. Good, good. Okay, so we had to deal with this guy so we could get some talking from him and learn about the guy who decided, hey, we're gonna just play around in the thing. So here we have some pipes.
These pipes look like they're about to burst. Extreme times call for extreme measures.
Oh dear.
Damn boiler. Now it's not even making steam. How the hell does it work?
It'll take weeks to repair.
How come there's no more steam? I don't touch anything.
Dannazione.
Slavansky.
What can I do for you, Del Nero?
Tell me more about the guy you let into my apartment.
What do you want to know?
What was he doing there?
I have a question.
What is it now?
Let's see here. Let's see, we've got the hitman with the scar, and... Trying to figure out what we're talking about. Is it Inspector Ballard? Ah, yeah.
Did this Detective Ballard have a scar on his face?
There we go.
How do you know?
It doesn't matter how I know. Did you see a scar?
Yes, he had a long scar on his left cheek. Now that I think of it. What does it mean?
That the man that you let into my apartment wasn't a police detective.
He had New York State Police badge.
I can get a badge like that for a quarter.
Fake badge? I could not know that.
That's a good
Doesn't
running rate.
matter. It looks like his visit to my apartment wasn't very helpful to him. I have to talk with Victoria, and I should also check the Melville docks. Maybe the guy left some trail. Goodbye,
All right.
Slavansky.
So we know
Bye,
it was.
Dylan.
We know who it was potentially. So now we got some investigating to do. Time for some investigating. I can go this way? I can go this way. Here we go.
Hey, that was Chan's cab. Where the hell is he going?
I'm gonna do some catching up here.
Hi, Greta.
Jack, I thought you were resting.
I slept enough.
It hasn't even been 2 hours since you left from here.
Right. I think that my insomnia is getting worse. How's the girl?
She's sleeping upstairs in my bed. Did you find out who she is?
Nothing yet.
Yeah, where did
Where
John
did Sean
go?
go?
I don't know. I stepped out for a second, and he wasn't in the joint anymore.
Dannazione.
Are you afraid he might go to the police and tell them everything?
It would be a dumb idea, but dumb enough for him to actually go and do it.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'm going now.
Bye, Jack.
We've got to get to the police station. And fast.
There's nothing interesting there.
Oh, then why did you walk all the way to the edge of the screen? Come on, Jack. Sean!
You again? Didn't go to sleep?
I slept enough. And what about you? Where
Phew.
were you?
Me? I always here.
You weren't here earlier on. Not in the pub or out in the street.
I thought he left me.
Well, I had to move cab from front of pub. Cab cannot stay there.
That's fair
I didn't
enough.
think you cared so much about the traffic laws. Anyway, we have to go somewhere.
Where?
The police department, Hoboken.
Okay.
Alright, let's get some help. Victoria, where are you at? Knock, knock. Yeah, no running for Jack. Or teleporting, that would be really helpful.
It looks like Victoria isn't there. Maybe the officer on duty knows where I can find her.
It's never easy, is it? Alright. Excuse me, officer. Where is your superior?
Hi, officer.
How can I help you?
Do you know where I can find Sergeant Diaz?
Sergeant Diaz is out of town, but don't ask me where she is.
Wow, she
I
left
guess
fast.
you don't even know when she's coming back.
That's right. So save yourself the trouble of asking anything else. If you really want to know where Sergeant Diaz is, ask Malone. He's the one who sent her out of town.
Dannazione. I'll bet Malone sent Victoria away on purpose. She was the only one who could have helped me.
Looks like we're on this by our own. On our
I'd
own.
like to talk to Malone again.
Listen, I'm fed up with you. If you want to go talk to the lieutenant, go on your own. You know the way.
Alright, let's get angry at Malone here. Give him a piece of my mind. Oops.
Del Nero, you finally decide to give a full confession?
Does anybody actually decide to give a full confession? Yeah.
I was looking for Sergeant Diaz.
Sergeant Diaz isn't here. I thought it'd be better to assign her to a case outside the city.
Afraid that she could help me, Malone?
In the situation you're in, Del Nero, not even the President of the United States could help you.
Oh,
She
then
paid your bail, but that only gave you a few more hours of freedom, nothing else.
then why'd you send her away?
I've received a visit tonight. A guy who claimed to be a police officer searched my apartment.
Don't make up stuff. I didn't order any search.
I never said he was a police officer. I just said that he claimed to be one. The owner of my apartment believed him, and the guy had a nice private viewing of my personal things.
I
Yeah.
don't understand why you're telling me this, Del Nero. You aren't dumb enough to think that a story like this would turn my suspicions elsewhere, are you?
I gave up a long time ago on trying to convince pigs to fly.
Careful with what you say and tell me what you want.
I have reason to believe that the person who paid me this visit is part of a criminal organization.
Oh yeah.
Looks like you have a lot of enemies, Del Nero.
And
I
not just
suggest
in the
you
police
take it
force.
easy with your nighttime visitors. Your ex-partner hung with a rough crowd in Los Angeles.
What crowd?
It looks like Black Lily was on it.
Black Lily? The mob in Los Angeles?
Exactly, Del Nero. It looks like your time in the slammer might not be the worst thing that could happen to you.
Yeah, the typical choices that life always presents me with.
If you want protection, I can offer you a stay in one of our cells.
Go away.
I'd rather be shot than eat that swill that you call a meal. I've already tried it.
Now the choice is yours.
Goodbye.
Alright, I guess we have to
See
get
you
to the
soon,
docks
Del
and figure out if there's another clue. Because he's not going to
Black
be any
Lily
help.
was after Sean. It's not as bad as you might think. At least I have a lead to follow now. I need to find some information on this organization. A while ago, I got a journalist, a certain Moore, out of trouble. He was investigating the Mafia in New York. Maybe he'll be able to give me some more information about Black Lily's activities. His number will definitely be in the phone book.
Let's see, the phone book will be in Jack's office. But first, we're gonna head to the docks.
Where you want to go this time?
Or the port.
The Melville Port in Brooklyn.
There we go.
Whatever you want.
By the way, that mustache does not look good on that guy. John's mustache just, no. You need to grow it out like this.
The sun is shining. Rather optimistic for an act of vandalism.
Ah, the harbor
The
master.
harbor master's office is open.
Maybe he can help.
Hi.
Police again. What do you want now? I already answered your questions.
You seem a little
Not a
older than
police
last time we
officer.
talked.
No. Then who are you? You're not one of those dumb journalists who are always looking for conspiracies and scandals everywhere, are you?
Yeah, false smile. That's a good. Yeah, that's true.
I'm a private detective.
Well, I
Always try the
don't care
truth
who you
first.
are. You'll find a way to bug me anyway, right?
I suppose.
Guess so. Anyway, I just have a few questions to ask you. What are you doing here?
It's the same question that I'm asking myself.
Yeah.
I was woken up in the middle of the night by a call from the police who ordered me to close the port due to an investigation.
So you were the port manager?
You could say that. Actually, I'm the only one here. I'm the port manager, the secretary, and even the cleaning crew.
Must be a small port.
What do you know about what happened here tonight?
I know that one guy bumped off another guy, and he picked this port to do it. That's what I know, as I told the police over and over again.
Yeah,
You
multitasking.
don't seem too surprised by what went on.
It's not the first time, and it won't be the last that someone gets bumped off around here.
Aw.
Has it happened before?
You could set your watch by it, just like my rheumatism.
Your rheumatism works on an hourly basis?
The worst scumbags in New York, and sometimes we even manage to get a few troublemakers from out of town. Once
is a
we even
port.
found a Chicago police lieutenant drowned under one of the piers.
A well-attended place, I'd say.
It wasn't always like this. In the good times, the port was the apple of the eye of Brooklyn's commercial activity.
Back in my day.
Why did they make you close the port?
The police decided to close the entire port until they complete their investigation. I have no way of knowing how long it will take. So I
Drat.
have to call the captain of every ship headed here and tell him that he has to unload at Kip's Bay instead of here.
If the
Aw.
port is closed, like you say, I doubt you'll have a lot of work to do.
I don't care about the boats. But tomorrow, the good Lewis was supposed to disembark with my good Chilean friend that brings me some of the best grog I've ever had.
Priorities.
I waited more than a month to see him, and I finished my last bottle last week.
If I want some information, the grog seems a good way to bribe him.
Well, we know someone who works at a bar. So that'd be useful.
Tell me about the port.
It was the beginning of the century. New York felt like it was the capital of the whole world. I
The
was
good
just
old
a young
days.
sailor with a few dollars in my pocket and no reason to stay on the mainland. The port owner was old Svensson, a Swede who seemed anything but a sailor. In fact, he couldn't have told me the difference between a swordfish and a canister of gasoline.
That's impressive. He must have been blind.
Oh, yes, he knew it all right. That guy transformed this place into one of the most important hubs on the East River in just 3 years.
This port doesn't seem like a place where a lot of ships could dock.
You shouldn't look at it now. Half of the port is now demolished and sold. Once there were more than 10 piers. Now there are only a couple.
Aw.
Old Svensson had them build huge ones, so that even the biggest fishing ships could dock.
Why was part of the port sold?
It's a long story. During the port's most active years, I worked at the harbor master's office. An accident involving my right leg stopped me from sailing for a few months. Since I was one of the few who could read or write, I was put in charge of handling port procedures. Everything seemed to go fine, business was good, but Svensson started to change over time. I'm not saying that he looked like one of us, but he started to lose that look of a king that he had when he got here. And he started getting strange visits.
From vampires.
One day in April of 1926, John Grant...
Hey, can you turn the music down, please? Thank you.
...found his body floating near the mooring right near his office. The police said that it was a suicide, but none of us believed it. Old Spencer had been neglecting himself, okay, but he still had the will to live. The funeral had barely happened when a certain crony, some fat,
Pruny.
Italian, half Turkish guy took over for old Spencer. Within a year, he sold part of the port and fired half of us. I was the only one to keep my job, and I became the harbor master.
Fascinating story, but something doesn't make sense. The recession has shut down businesses that were a lot stronger than this little port. How have you managed to survive this long?
You're quick on your feet, son. The answer is simple. Cruises to freedom.
Cruises to freedom?
Right. If someone wants a change of scene without anyone knowing, this is his ticket to freedom.
Aha.
You mean that criminals can illegally escape from this port?
You can do the math. I learned not to ask questions.
Nice.
Did you see a man with a girl tonight?
It looks like you know more than you pretend to, son.
So have you seen a little girl?
Sorry, but I can't give you any information about who leaves from the port. It's the rules.
Did you let a man named Ford board?
No way, son. The rules are rules. I can't say anything about...
Alright, alright.
I don't need anything else.
We'll come back here and
Good luck, son.
once we possibly have some beer. Alright. That lets us do two things at once. We can go to the apartment, call up the dude,
Where you want to go this time?
and then go to the bar.
Essex Street, Lower East Side.
Upper.
Whatever you want.
Ah, yes. Good old liquid persuasion. You actually get to use a phone booth. Phone book. Check
Maybe
here.
another time.
What the? Hang on.
A
Where's
series of useless manuals, as if there were an elegant way to take a bullet in the thigh.
this one?
The only useful thing on this shelf is the New York phone book.
There it is. Grab the
I
phone.
should be able to find Moore's number in the phone book.
Alright, so, M.
Let's see if I can find Moore's telephone number in the phone book. Moore. I just remembered the last name, but he had a pretty unusual first name. I'll remember it if I see it written.
Moore. Violetta.
Violetta Moore. That's the name. What kind of name is Violetta for a guy? Anyway, his number is 555-4897. I hope he's still alive. This guy has a real knack for getting into trouble.
4897. Alright. Let's just use this phone here. Excuse me?
New York operator here. How can I help you?
Can you dial a number for me?
What's the number?
Doop.
Violetta Moore, 555-4897.
1 second.
Yes, I found it very fast.
Hello?
I'm at least good at
Am I speaking with
alphabetizing
Violetta
things.
Moore?
You're talking with his ghost. It's the middle of the night. Who the hell is calling at this hour?
I'm Del Nero, the detective that...
Del Nero. Oh, son of a gun.
I see you still remember me.
Wait a minute.
Hell, you saved my skin in that story with the syndicates a few years ago. How could I forget you, old buddy? How
That's
you
our old friend
Same
King
old.
Cram of
bottle in
Daventry.
the hand and bills to pay, huh?
More or less.
You must have a good reason to call in the middle of the night.
I need some information.
Well, you called the right number.
I'm
You
glad
give
he's
me a
getting
name
work.
and I'll tell you all about the skeletons in his closet.
Do you know an organization called Black Lily?
Damn, you don't mess around. It's better not to step on those guys' toes if you don't want to find yourself neck high in shit.
Ah.
What do you know about them?
Black Lily is one of the strongest mafia families in Los Angeles. In the mid-1920s, they started to grab power when the other families were busy fighting amongst themselves. They figured out that the time of gangsters armed with Thompsons was winding down, and they started to make headway corrupting and forming alliances with politicians.
That's the way to do
No
it.
contrabands or killings. They got what they wanted with cold, hard cash. In Los Angeles, they say that Black Lily doesn't kill you, it just steals your soul.
Fair enough.
Do you know anything about a guy called the Turk?
No, pal, this name doesn't tell me anything. But it doesn't sound like someone you should get too chummy with.
Definitely not.
What if it's just someone from Turkey?
Do you have any names for me?
How many do you want, bud? The head of the organization is a certain Tommaso Venanzi, one of your compatriots. But don't think of him as a classic Italian-American gangster. Venanzi is an attorney and he comes from a good family. He's smart enough to know that greasing the right hand is worth more than 1,000 armed men.
And who greases those palms in New York for him?
A half-Canadian called Samuel Cutter. He's an attorney too, if I remember correctly.
Samuel Cutter. I think I've already heard that name before.
You definitely read about him in the papers. He was tried for the murder of 4 policemen a while ago. Came out of it as clean as a baby's ass when it gets off the changing table. But he made a mistake. He underestimated the value of the public opinion.
What do you mean?
Cutter bought off everyone at that trial, even the court usher. But the press figured it out and started to ask questions.
Ooh.
Nowadays, the right headline in the paper sends more heads rolling than the guillotine during the French Revolution. The palms Cutter greased pulled away because they were afraid of a scandal and left him all alone. Greasing palms is a good strategy, Jack, but you always need to remember that you're dealing with people who hide behind their business card.
What happened to Cutter?
That's the best part. Cutter was found innocent at the first trial, but there was another one a few months later, and it didn't turn out as well for him.
Oh.
Did he go to jail?
Yeah, he was locked up, and then he was shut up. They found him in his cell with a knife in his back. This sent the entire organization here in New York
Drat.
crumbling down. And with it, all the speculations about the involvement of politicians in white-collar crime came to an end.
So they all saved their faces.
That's right, Jack. Cutter's death was as fortunate as it was suspicious.
Well, at least I have a name now. Samuel Cutter. And if he has ever been arrested before, I'm sure that the police archives will have a nice file about him. I better go there.
Ooh, we're gonna steal that?
Did you ever hear the name Sean McClane?
Sean McClane. No, pal, nothing. Never heard of him.
Alright. I think that'll do it.
Thanks for the information,
So, a lot
Noir.
of stuff.
No problem, pal. If you need anything, call day or night.
Okay. He is. He's a very good source of information. Now let's see if we can get another source of information. Keep forgetting that the bar is down this way. There we are. The red tulip. Come on. Yeah.
Hi, Greta.
Hi, Jack.
Do you have a bottle of grog?
Grog? Did you decide to drive the last nail in your liver's coffin?
It's not for me.
It's not for me, and it would take too long to explain why I need it.
As
I
usual.
haven't played this before,
Anyway,
honest.
I don't think I have any grog. No one drinks that stuff. But if you feel like, you can check. There might be a few old bottles on the first shelves, the ones closest to the mill.
I'll take a look. Thanks.
Ah, nice.
Okay, I'm going now.
We get to take it because nobody wants it. That's pretty good. Alright, let's see here.
A huge wall of booze. If there is a heaven, this is what I think it looks like.
Alright, let's get over here.
A huge wall. If there is... Let's see if Greta has a bottle of grog
go,
on these
there we go.
shelves.
Doo-doo-doo.
I don't see anything that looks like grog.
Well, drat. Well, we'll come back to this grog problem later. Let's see if we can,
It's a notice to residents, warning them about mice in the neighborhood. Mice, another fabulous and exclusive attraction on the Lower East Side.
Yeah, sure. I don't think Jack would have any problem taking someone else's booze without asking. Let's get back to the police station here.
Where you want to go this time?
The police department, Hoboken.
Hoboken.
Okay.
I keep expecting a long load time. Never happens. I'm looking for a file.
Hi, officer.
How can I help you?
Ah, no,
Goodbye,
that's not gonna help at all.
Goodbye.
We're gonna have to do some sneaking myself, I think. So, files. Is that over here?
These archives must be older than this building. I didn't like going through the archives.
Oh, come on, really? See, these are the forms.
Forms to fill out. One of the things that I don't miss about police work.
This is Malone's office.
It only says Elliot on the door. They could have at least put his last name.
Let's see, where are these files?
These archives must... I didn't like...
Alright, it doesn't like those archives.
One of the many desks where each officer spends at least half of his life writing reports that no one will ever read.
Well, you gotta have it, you know.
I don't see anything that attracts my attention as a beginner kleptomaniac. It looks like Victoria isn't there.
Darn. Maybe it's downstairs?
Hey, you, what are you doing here? It's a restricted area.
Excuse me, I was looking for the exit.
The exit is downstairs.
Oh, what if I wanted to jump out the window?
All the officers' shifts are on this blackboard.
This looks useful if we haven't used it already. Alright.
The police archives could be a good place to look for information on this Samuel Cutter that Moore was talking about.
There we go.
I'm sure that there's a nice thick file on him in here.
So how do we sneak in?
The police archives have all the information on the people they arrest. If you did something, your picture is
Yeah, it was just
definitely in
downstairs.
here. There's a light over the door. I think it signals if the door is opened or closed. That red light makes me think it's closed now.
I think they mean locked, but let's try it.
There aren't any knobs or locks. The only way to open this door is using the reader next to it.
So what do we got here?
A card reader. It's the first time I've seen one. Swipe your card in that thing and it tells you if you are allowed to get in or not. It's all simple if you have a card. I won't get too far without a card.
And I do not have one.
My investigator's license. 20 bucks, a damn questionnaire, and anyone who wants to can stick their nose in your business.
That's not bad. Here, let's just try this.
No clue. At least none that makes any sense.
Oh,
No clue.
tracked. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to do something else.
Greta's handkerchief. I'd better wash it before I return it. My blood's still on it.
Alright, well, what do we got here? We got some doors. I'll do a quick little F1 here. Nope. Okay. So maybe I can ask very politely and he'll just let me in. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Hi, officer.
How can I help you?
I have some questions about your files.
What do you want to know?
Can I see them?
What's that device next to the door?
They put it here a few months ago. Old Sam, who managed the archives, retired. And rather than bringing in another officer, the department replaced him with this thing.
How does it work?
Every officer has a special punch card.
Oh, a
When
punch
they go
card.
into the
huh?
archives, they just take out the card and swipe it through this machine. The machine recognizes the officer and opens the archive's door.
So, every officer has his own card. Victoria will definitely have one. How can I get in?
Simple. A signature on a form and 9 months of police academy.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad.
Access to the
Wait
files
a
is
minute.
reserved to police officers. No badge, no access.
I used to be a police officer.
I don't have
Eh?
anything else to ask you.
Oh, alright.
Better.
Goodbye, officer.
Goodbye.
Maybe I can borrow Victoria's card. I do a quick save here. Saving. Click. Save. Yes, I do intend to borrow Victoria's card. Either that or we call her and have her tell me what the punch card is, and then, you know.
It looks like Victoria isn't there. Maybe the officer on duty knows where I can find her.
We know she's not in, Jack. We can just go into her office and...
It looks like Victoria isn't there. Maybe the officer on duty knows where I can find her.
And they don't have cell phones. So... Can't call her.
These photographs are the same as when I worked here. No more, no less.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the door isn't locked. He just doesn't want to intrude.
I know these photographs by heart. There's nothing but police officers and bureaucrats shaking hands.
It's not the worst thing.
It's Victoria's office.
Okay. Gotta do some thinking here. Where is a hole punch?
One of the many death.
Oh, wait. Victoria's probably on the board here. So we could use...
All the officers'
The
shifts are on this
radio?
blackboard.
Wait, we don't have a radio. Darn, I've forgotten her name. One second. Lockpicks. You know, I had actually
Hi,
forgotten
officer.
that we had lockpicks.
How can I...
Give me a second here. Diaz. Okay.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Why would they lock these doors anyway?
My cigarettes and my lucky lighter.
No, that's not right.
These are my lockpicking tools. These trinkets have...
'Cause that looks like a lighter to me.
Well, I don't see any other option.
Little did he know that the door was unlocked, so this is just being silly.
Dannazione. The lock just reset.
Almost
I have
got
to
it.
Start over.
Hang on. Alright, it was like here. And then here. I am trying to play this really honestly, aren't I? Come on. Okay.
Dannazione. The lock just reset. I have to start over. Dannazione. The
Almost
lock
got
just
it.
reset.
I got 3.
I have to start over.
I think these max out at 5 clicks. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 4. We can get in the door now. Alright, well, I assume it would just be in the desk.
A coat rack.
I'm taking
No,
the coat
thanks.
rack.
I like to wear my coat.
Oh.
No, I didn't come to stick my nose in Victoria's business.
You come to steal Victoria's business. Right. I would put it in the desk.
The desk drawers. A great place to keep the access cards for the archives.
I mean, he's already under
It's
suspicion
too dark to
for
see what's in
murder.
the
So.
drawers.
Oh. Luckily, I have my handy-dandy flashlight.
Yes, let's see if I can find this damned access card for the archives. There's some kind of combination that locks the last drawer.
You gotta be kidding me. Alright, 1 second. We've got there, it's colors.
There's a sign on the desk. Victoria Diaz, police sergeant. This girl has come a long way. She was just a shy rookie when I met her.
So let's do some looking here. Let's see if we can find a clue.
I don't see how I could... A map of New York and a few old photographs of Mexico, Victoria's native country.
Aha.
I'm not really into collecting postcards.
Mexico, eh?
No, I didn't come to stick my nose in Victoria's business. The desk drawers.
Is there another? Let's see. Is the chair comfy or something?
I have the same armchair in my office.
Is it comfy?
I don't have time to sit down now.
Oh, alright. Alright, so 3 colors. Mexico.
Yes, let's...
So I'm gonna have to do a quick wiki here. Probably. 'Cause I don't remember all the colors of all of the flags here. Thanks to the power of Steam overlay. Clunk. Aha. Red, white, green. Really easy. Red. Gonna guess that's white. Oh. Maybe not. Are there 2 greens? No, that's like a cyan. Hang on. What's going on here? This is not letting me open. Yeah, I can't click on any of the, Yeah. Too easy, pal.
Yes, let's...
Huh. Well, it could be backwards, I guess.
The combination was the Mexican flag. Victoria and her sentimentality.
That was upside down. Whatever. What do we
The
got here?
advertisement of a ferry company that connects Manhattan to Glen Cove. Maybe that's where Malone sent Victoria. The card to get into the archives. I'll take it.
All right, here you go.
I hope that Victoria doesn't get upset if I take her card for a while.
And what's this? It's nothing important, just unsolved cases. All right. So let's go find out some stuff. I think that's a good idea. Don't want to lollygag when you have stolen police property, now do you? There we go. Just stick it in here, and
As they say, open sesame.
there you go.
When I was a police officer, this was old Sam's station. He handled the archive. He knew the location of every file by heart. You told him the name of a guy, and he could tell you which rack and shelf it was on. He was a good man. A good man whose job was to file murder and assault reports.
Ah, well. Is this him?
New York Police. You can trust us. I didn't trust the police when I was an officer. Imagine now that I'm accused of murder.
Ho, ho, ho.
I don't see anything interesting there.
Alright, so what do we got here? We got a fire extinguisher and tons of books. Literal
Interesting.
tons of
If you
books.
put the name of the person you're looking for in this sort of calculator, you get the number of his file. I wonder what old Sam would think if he knew he'd been replaced by this gadget.
I have played so many adventure games with library puzzles, it's not even funny. Alright, so we want Samuel Cutter. So, see. Oh, name, surname. Got it. Back? Cool. S-A-M. Why is this not a QWERTY keyboard? It hadn't been invented yet. U-E-L. Do a little swap here. Cutter. And I forget if... I don't use the term surname very often.
Samuel Cutter's file is 6120057.
There
I
we
should
go.
remember it.
612-0057. Might as well pull in the other ones. No, let's do this. Let's just do it one at a time. 612-0057.
All the files on the people arrested by various New York departments are here. Everyone has a 7-digit number.
Well,
Without the ID number of...
but you have the ID number. Ah, it's over here. On the clearly labeled 612 rack. Why did they start at 600?
Without the ID number...
You... Okay.
All the file. Everyone
Yes.
has a... Folder
There he is.
6120057. Samuel Cutter.
Okay, that was mostly painless.
Here you are, Samuel Cutter.
What do we got here? We got some...
Samuel Cutter.
Yes.
Attorney. Jailed on May 7th, 1933 for the murder of 4 police officers. Samuel Attorney.
Okay, next.
It's a summary of the trial where Cutter was accused of murdering 4 police officers. The verdict was unanimous. Innocent, due to lack of evidence. In this city, your innocence is proportionate to how good your lawyers are. Cutter's lawyers must have been the best on the block.
Alright. What else we got here?
Here's the report on Cutter's incarceration. It looks like it's the work of that snake, Malone. Like Moore said, after his arrest, many others from Black Lily were arrested too, definitively dismantling the organization. The boss and his crew were arrested, and then there was peace. Not even the movies have such happy endings.
Huh.
Patrick Olson's name is among those of the people who were arrested. That's the same name Victoria mentioned when she was talking about the case in which Sean's name came up.
That looks like somebody we should look up, doesn't it? More investigating. Alright. P A T R I C K O L S E and N.
Patrick Olson's file is 6088090.
608. Alright. So that'll just be this one right here.
File 6088090. Patrick Olson.
Thanks for writing down everything. No,
Let's see what
I'm
I
pretty
can find
sure
in this file.
Pretty sure Jack is keeping everything in his head, which keeps me from having to think about
Patrick
anything.
Olson, a gardener. This man's profile doesn't really seem to be that of a criminal. It looks more like that of an ideal neighbor. His arrest report. He was with his family when they arrested him for the bombing of Rick's Cafe on the night of November 5th, 1933. A regular gardener without any record who blows up a cafe on 81st Street. Kind of odd. The report is just a bunch of pointless bureaucratic stuff. There are no details about the bombing.
Drat.
His arrest, he was with his irregular guard. The report.
Well, let's look up these other guys. Maybe there's a connection, because that doesn't sound. That sounds like someone stole his identity to do something. All right. Well, let's look up Sean. Sean. Tick. McLean. This not being a QWERTY keyboard is really messing with me. P A N E.
There isn't a file on Sean. It probably wasn't filed yet.
Okay. Ah, complete clear. Got it. Let's look up Tommaso. Yeah. This keeps everything from getting all messed up here and forgotten. Tommaso. Hey, isn't that the boatman from Cornerstone? Nah. Why are they putting N and A on either sides to... Oops. Darn. No. I have to do the entire thing over again. This old technology. T O M M A S O V E N A N Z I this time, not L. There you go.
No file with this name.
Interesting. So what's down here at the back? Doesn't have any numbers on it.
Newspapers. The New York Voice, to be precise. As soon as it's printed, at least a dozen copies are filed here for research.
Ah, there's probably something about the
For the
bombing.
edition from
1933. July? Aw, crud.
no, this date.
1 second. It's asking me for a very specific date. I gotta make sure that I'm actually remembering this.
File 6.
Yep. Okay, so here.
His arrest. He was with his family when they
November
arrested him
5th,
for the bombing of Rick's Cafe on the night of
1933.
November 5th, 1933. A
All
regular.
right.
The report.
November 5th, 1933. We're gonna get to the bottom of this mystery.
Newspapers. The New York. I'll look for.
Okay. November 5th.
It's the date of the bombing of Rick's Cafe that Patrick Olson was blamed for.
Let's
there
see
must
what
be
it
more
was.
information about it in the paper. Here's the article about the bombing. The article says that at 12:23 a.m., an explosion completely destroyed Rick's Cafe, a joint on 81st Street near Central Park. 3 people died in the explosion. The cafe's owner, Nick Fantini, 43 years old, married. A woman walking by the joint, Eleanor Guter, 37 years old, teacher. And August Zindler, 58 years old, esteemed archaeology professor at the Civic Museum in New York. Zindler, Professor Zindler, Danzione. It's the same name that was in my dream. So far, these visions have always been correct. Maybe I should visit the Civic Museum in New York.
Wow.
The article says 3 people at the cafe, a woman and August Zindler. Done. So far.
Sounds like a lead to me, even if it is a mysterious lead that we shouldn't actually know, but... What better lead is there? Yes, the very exciting Civics Museum. Just sort of escape here. No, don't mind me, officer. I was just looking longingly at your door. Didn't look at any files. Honest.
Where you want to go this time?
The Civic Museum, Central Park.
What a strange place
Whatever
to
you
go.
want.
Oh.
Civic Museum of New York. It closed about 3 years ago for some expansion work, but the crisis stopped everything halfway. Since then, it's stayed this way, a mausoleum of our past that no one cares about anymore.
Conveniently, that means that it hasn't been touched and the evidence is still there.
The world of dinosaurs. It's a shame I'm no longer that age where you get excited by seeing the bones of something that died thousands of years ago. This museum has been closed for at least 3 years. The economic crisis has convinced more than one mayor that continuing to invest in the past isn't a good deal. Climbing scaffolding isn't exactly on the schedule tonight.
Well,
The main entrance to the museum.
guess we're just gonna have
I
to...
seriously,
Alright, fine.
I don't see how I could use...
It's
No,
lockpicks.
it doesn't make...
It's
I don't see...
okay. Let's do some looking here.
Years back, these tanks had water in them. Now they look more like a dump for construction materials.
Here, I thought it'd be just as easy as using the
The
lockpicks
museum's
again.
opening hours. Obviously, they don't offer any night visits.
But I'm stuck in an adventure game where time has no meaning. What do we got over
This
here?
museum has been... The economic crisis has...
Is this also opening hours?
The museum's opening hours.
Ah, wait a minute. We can go around back. Handy.
All the windows are closed. A rusted ladder.
A rusted ladder and a service door. Is this a service door?
There's my reward for having traveled halfway across Manhattan to get here. The door is open, and it certainly wasn't the caretaker who left it like that. The lock was shot in. Whoever it was had to be very interested in something that's inside the museum, or what was inside the museum. I don't need it right now, but when I want to get a tetanus infection, I know where to go.
Well,
I don't think anyone will be too upset if I take a little nighttime tour of the museum.
Night at the Museum, circa 1933, 1936. Yeah, lots of boxes.
These crates must contain the exhibits that are being moved from the various rooms.
There's good
I'll
old
admit that these
T-Rex.
beasts must have been pretty scary at their time, but nothing compared to an ambitious New York lawyer.
I'm pretty sure lawyers don't eat people.
A map of ancient Persia.
How useful.
The newspaper article that I found at the police department was about the professor's studies on Persia.
Okay, so it was useful. I got some places here.
I don't see anything interesting here.
Not really knowing what I'm looking for.
I don't see anything interesting here.
Haha. Oh, wait. What do we got up here?
I don't see anything interesting here. Professor August Zindler. So the professor was the curator of the Islamic area. And from what I read, that's where his office was. Better take a look, even though I have no idea where this Islamic area might be.
Alright, well. If only there was like a map of the place somewhere. Islamic area, he says. Oh, okay. That was just some sort of
The
stairs.
showcase is empty. All the exhibits must have been moved somewhere else. Probably out of fear that they might have gotten damaged during the work, or that some worker might have decided to take a souvenir home.
I mean, sure, but let's just wander aimlessly. If we get to the office, I think that'll be a good place to stop. Let's see here. Oop, come on, camera.
I can't go through the entire museum looking for the Islamic area. I'd definitely get lost.
Really? Really? Okay. This is a big enough area that I really wish I could just have him sprint everywhere. But alas, not every adventure game has running functionality.
I could use this floor plan to figure out where the Islamic area is. That's where Professor Zindler had his office.
Alright,
But
there
the
we go.
room names have been replaced with numbers on these floor plans, and I won't get far unless I find out the number for the professor's area of expertise.
Well,
Unless I figure out the number for the Islamic area, they won't be very helpful.
okay. So back down, looking at the map, trying to find a knowledge burglary. Can
A
one
map of
truly
ancient Persia.
steal knowledge? Okay, let's see here. Islamic art. Da-da.
I don't see anything interesting here.
Sneaking. Really? Nothing?
I don't see any.
That's just a date. Ow.
Professor, and from what I don't see.
Huh. Thought that would be easy. Boxes.
The display cases were all emptied.
There's nothing in the display cases.
These crates must contain.
I'm
Some
opening a
crates
box.
are labeled, but it's too dark to see what's written on them.
Okay, that's what we use a flashlight for.
Let's see.
Ah.
The label says the find in this case comes from Ishimche in Guatemala. It was displayed in room 28 before it was moved here.
That's not in the area. Okay, here we go. So we're going to be investigating boxes.
Let's see.
Rome, Italy.
The label says the find in this case comes from Rome, Italy. It was displayed in room 6 before it was moved here. These crates, unlike the... These crates, unlike... These crates...
So it's just room 6? Let's find out.
Let's see.
Ah, here we go. Samaria.
The label says the find in this case comes from Samarra, Iraq. It was displayed in room 13 before it was moved here. Iraq should be in Professor Zindler's area of expertise. I should check on the Islamic map.
Ah, getting there. Room 13, okay. Nope, looks like I have found the solution.
A map of it.
Do.
I don't see any. I don't see any. Samarra. That's the same name I read on one of the crates in the atrium. So its contents must be displayed in the Islamic area.
Cool.
It was from room 13. Room 13 must be the old Islamic area. And that's where the professor's office must be. Now I have to find the directions to room 13. Wandering around the museum would not be a good idea.
Alright, we're gonna get to the office, and that's where we're gonna stop. Do a little... Oh, we've done a good amount of investigating today.
Now that I know that the Islamic area has the number 13, I can use this map to find it.
Zoop.
Good. Now all I have to do is find Professor Zindler's office in room 13.
Ooh. Hey, I'm controlling a little red dot. Okay. Just gonna make my way through room 1 here. 9, 10, 4, 7. Ah, room 13's over there. So we have to use stairs? I'm just gonna sneak into room 10
There's
here.
nothing of interest in here. I must go to room 13.
I know.
That's where Professor Zindler's office is.
Right, it's on another stair. So I have to find some stairs up. See, there's the bathroom. Can I get him to go into the
There's
bathroom?
nothing of interest.
Nope, can't go in the bathroom. Darn. Okay. Aha! There's the stairs. Or the auxiliary stairs. Come on. There we go. And room 13 was over here on the left. Fortunately, I can't go through room 12. I have to take the long way around. I hope this isn't a trap.
It wasn't easy, but eventually I made it to my destination.
There we go. And here we are. Okay, well, when we next come back here for more investigating, we will see what Professor Zindler might have left in his office. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save over this one, I think. There we go. So, yeah. That was a lot of covert sleuthing and good action, I think. Well, maybe not action, but figured out some problems, found some things, and figured out some stuff. So, click, let me move all my stuff around, and wait, where's my... There it is. There we are. Click. Yeah, I hope they don't put traps. They don't generally put traps in museum, but you never can tell. Yeah. I know they have autosave, but I'm an older gamer. I know how to not trust autosaves, and I just sort of save whatever I can. So, anyway, this has been the Phoenix Stream for this week. Tune in next week, and we will do more investigating. Get to the bottom of this, I dare say. All right? Okay. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Siriar, for being around. And I shall see all of you next week. Cheers.